Hello traders, my name is Plamen and we are through Sight Forex. This is our weekly forecast for some of the most traded currency pairs on the market. So without further ado, let's begin. We are gonna start with Euro versus US dollar. First, let me show you what we thought about the last week. This is the chart from the last week. We expected the price to push back from this daily trend line and to go back to the parity. But what happened? The price made a new bullish movement and made a pushback from the next trend line. So we don't need this trend line anymore. And what we are expecting for the next week, as you can see, here we have a consecutive point on this weekly trend line. And in Friday, we had a great entry for a trade, for a short position from here. And we are expecting the price to make a new bearish movement to the parity again. Why we think it's gonna make a new bearish movement, the price? Because as you can see, this is the impulse wave and this is the very long time correction. And here we have the evening star and we are expecting the price to go to the parity, as we said. On a lower time frame, there is another option. The price from this impulse wave can make a correction to make a pushback from the trend line again and to go to 1.00. For now we don't see anything for long position, so we are expecting just the price to make a bearish movement. Now let's move to the pound US dollar. First, let's see from the last week what were our expectations. We expected the price to break the previous structure, this high over here, and if it crossed this trend line, the weekly one, to make a retracement and a new bullish movement to the next daily level. But what happened? The price was here, it made a bullish movement but pushed back from this daily trend line, and this is the new impulse wave, the bearish impulse. Now for the next week, what we are expecting, probably this head and shoulders is not gonna happen because this trend line is very strong, and because the pound dollar and the euro dollar are in very good correlation, we are expecting the price to cross this trend line, to make a test, probably to the weekly level again, and to make a new bearish movement to 1.1760 probably. This is on daily time frame. On a lower time frame, what we can expect, it is pretty much the same. Here you can see the price have reached the 78.60% of Fibonacci. So what we can say that this is the new impulse wave, the new bearish impulse wave. Here the price breaks the previous structures, and our analysis for the next week is the price to break this weekly level, to make a test, and to go to the next daily level, which is the low, that is the head. Okay, let's move to the Euro JPY. This is from the last week. This was the impulse wave here. You can see it. And our expectations were the price to make a new bearish movement to the weekly level. And what happened? From this candle over here, the price reached level 50 of Fibonacci. And with this engulfing candle, it started to make the bearish movement as we expected. Probably the price is not going to reach this daily trend line over here to make a third point on the trend line, and probably it's gonna make the bearish movement from now on. Probably something like this, to break the weekly level, to make a consecutive point on the daily trend line, and from here to make a new bearish movement. Okay, for now we don't see anything for long positions, the price to go up, because on weekly time frame you can see that the price is very high on the chart. On lower time frames, on 4-hour time frame, probably the price after this impulse wave, it's gonna make a little more down movement, another point to the trend line, and to go down again. Okay, this is for Euro JPY. Now let's move to the Pound JPY. This was our expectation for the last week. As you can see, we had two options: the price from here to push back from this trend line and to make a new bullish movement. But you can see the price has made a side movement and started to make the new bearish movement, as we expected, to the next support level, that is the Brexit 160. From here you can see that we have one new very high risk reward ratio trade. We expect the price to make a bullish movement, to reach this point of interest, and from here to make another bearish movement. On higher time frames, what we can see, we don't need this trend line anymore, I'm gonna erase it. And what we can see here, this is the impulse wave and the correction. And here we have very good evening star, with reaching the level 61.8 of Fibonacci, and we are expecting the new bearish movement, probably not to the level. Probably it's gonna make a new movement to these lows over here. For now, on 4-hour time frame, we don't see anything for long positions, such as the Euro versus JPY. We expect only short positions from here. Okay, let's move to the gold now. This is the picture from the last week. The price was here, and we expected to make cross on this 4-hour trend line and to make a bearish movement. But here you can see what the price has made. This is the little range you can see on the 4-hour time frame, and from here it started to make a new bearish movement. What we can expect for the next week? Well, as you know, the gold, you should look it on the lower time frames, because it's very high volatility instrument. From here we expect, from this impulse wave, the price to make a retracement, probably to the swing level, to make new bearish movement again. Or the second, the better option, is the price to make a bigger retracement to this point of interest over here, and from here to make the bearish movement, probably to the daily level 1017 and 11.56. This is a very huge movement, because as you can see, this trend line over here is crossed, tested, and the price has made new impulse wave downwards. For now we don't see anything for long positions, because the price, as you can see, has reached this level, the resistance level over here. First it was support, now it's a resistance level, and the price is making new lower highs. The price has break this range over here. Here you can see it. And probably it's gonna make the bearish movement as we predict. We'll see. Okay guys, this was for the this week forecast. If you want, type in the commentary section if you want to make an analysis on another currency pair or another instrument. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe, like this video and help us to make better videos in the future. Here in the top right corner, you can watch our series How to be a Successful Forex Trader in 10 Steps. Don't miss it because they are very interesting and you can learn a lot from them. And we'll see you next week. Bye bye.